Welcome to Round 6 of the 2024 Porsche 944 Challenge Series Australia. Round 6 is presented by Butcher's Diner Melbourne and Trico, with thanks to our supporting partners: Porsche Australia, Advan Yokohama Tyres, LK Diesel Service, Don Watson Transport, Stratton Finance, Hobart, 1-800 Lasagna, AVI Technology, EJM Financial Advice, Campione Electrics, Raceline, 888 Home Loans, Pit Lane Clothing. Round 6 sees the championship head back to the iconic Calder Park Raceway, located just outside the Melbourne CBD. The venue is known for its world-famous NASCAR track, but also as the venue for the Australian Formula One Grand Prix between 1980 and 1984. The 944 Challenge Series runs on the National Circuit. The National Circuit is 2.28 kilometres long and runs in a clockwise direction. Overall, there are 10 turns. The key ones to look out for are Turn 1, a fast approach which is hard under brakes. The chicane at turns 4 and 5 with very high curbs. Turn 6, another hard braking corner at the end of the back straight. And Turn 10, which leads onto the front straight and towards the start-finish line. Qualifying took place on Saturday morning, and it was the two-time series champion Jamie Westaway who claimed pole, but literally by just 1/10 of a second over championship contender Cameron Bella. Sidelink driver Mark Verdino starts from P3, again just 4/10 back, alongside another championship contender Adam Brewer in P4. Reigning champion and current championship leader Chris Lewis-Williams will start from P5 just 3/10 off Brewer, alongside the number 7 of Carter Fox, who showed strong pace and again was just 1/10 off Lewis-Williams. The ever-improving Peter Grant starts from P7, next to the pool master, Andrew Jackman, who comes out of position 8. Nick Carpenter will start out of row 5, alongside Jack Atley, who starts from P10 in the pit lane clothing entry. El Presidente, Mark Torbitz, had an interrupted quali session and he'll start from P11, whilst Richard Howe makes a welcome return to the category and to one of his favourite tracks, Calder, as he rounds out the 12-car field. Also worth noting is just how fast the qualifying session was, with the top 6 all going under the current 16-year-old lap record, meaning a hot pace is expected for Race 1. Race 1 began on Saturday afternoon, and the field rolled out under stunning blue skies in dry conditions.
A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Calder Park on the outer west to northwestern suburbs, right near the Tullamarine Airport here for the final round of the 888 Home Loans Victorian State Circuit Racing Championships this weekend. Brought to you by Trico Windscreen Wipers. Round 6, Calder Park Raceway. The first category on track will be the Porsche 944s, the garage. And we have got the 944s rolling out on to track now. We've got a fantastic guest commentator going to join Matty Dunlop. That's Joey Kellogg.
Thank you very much, Darren. Get out there, enjoy some of this sunlight, enjoy some of this racing. We'll see you back in the commentary box later on. Folks, strap yourselves in for race 1 of the 944 Challenge here at Calder Park. Again, this is round 6 of the Victorian State Circuit Race Championships. The final round of the season, as Darren Smith touched on, brought to you by Trico and 888 Home Loans, of course, who have been by our side for a long, long time. We can't thank them enough for their support. My name is Matt Dunlop, and joining me alongside in the commentary box for his first time is Mr. Lasagna himself, Joey Kellogg. Welcome.
Hey, thanks so much for having me, Matt. I'm very, very excited.
They're currently getting around here right now, warming, getting a last-minute bit of temperature into their tyres. Let's have a look at the grid as they line up. Qualifying was a rapid affair with the top 6 cars under the race lap record here, so we can't wait to see how much pace translates out on the track. So, pole position is Jamie Westaway with a 106.48. Lining up next to him is Cameron Bella, who's pining for the championship here, trying to be the first person to win 5 Porsche 944 championships. Behind them on the second row, it's Mark Verdino lining up alongside Adam Brewer. with Chris Lewis-Williams, our current championship leader, by only 3 points, lining up in 5th. So he is going to have a lot of work to do to get himself up the further into the grid. Next to him, we've got Calder Fox, who has improved dramatically since his last outing of that number 7 machine.
Year.
He certainly has. He's been saying it's been a bit of a development year for him, getting used to that car after an engine rebuild. So he's shaping up to have a massive season next year, but judging by the pace in qualifying, he's already looking good in that number 7 machine.
Trouble, however, even before the start for Atlee, with his car being left on the dummy grid due to an electrical issue.
Now, Matt, sadly, it looks like Atlee hasn't actually made the start. Just looking out the window to the left, I think he's still stuck on the dummy grid, unfortunately. So
you're right. I can't see Jack Atlee, so it is going to be an 11-car starting grid for this race. It's a shame, but we're still going to have plenty of fantastic action from these 11 machines.
With the state championship on the line.
We're underway here at Calder Park. It's a pretty even start from the front, but it looks like Jamie Westaway's got a lot more grip on his side of the road. Gets a jump. They're 3 wide behind him.
It was Westaway who led the charge into turn 1, but drama is never far away in the 944 Challenge Series, and suddenly.
Brewer has got a lot of pace and he's made his way up into 2nd. He's almost trying to have a look around the outside of Westaway, and he's punted him before they've even reached the first corner of the action. Adam Brewer has punted right up the boot lid of the number 28 of Westaway, sent him straight into the gravel trap. That is massive, absolutely massive. There'll have to be yellow flags. Most likely a safety car will be coming out as well, because I don't know if that car's going anywhere. The racing will still continue, so let's see how they continue as they cross over top of James Hill. It is Mark Verdino who has taken the lead, with the number 3 of Adam Brewer a little bit shaken behind him, but we've got a safety car. Yellow flags are out and race has been neutralised.
A big hit, and with Westaway stranded, the safety car was immediately called.
Damage obviously to Brewer's car right there. I think he's outbraked himself and sent Jamie Westaway into a far off galaxy.
What had also not been seen was the amount of damage to Bella's car, with Brewer's nose cone flying straight into the windscreen of the number 55. Westaway hit the medical car as the field bunched up. Replays showed just how hard the hit was.
We might see a replay here in a sec. Is Westaway just not really slowing for that whole sort of spinning time? He went a long way into the dirt.
Yeah, so let's take a look. Adam Brewer, you can see that black car on the right-hand side of your screen with the orange stripe. Got a lot of a run around the outside, made his way up into 2nd, and as Jamie Westaway got into the braking zone, Adam, it's obviously so hard to see what's going on when you're looking from that front-on angle with a contact like that. But yeah, you're right. He carried so much momentum, made it all the way out the other side of the gravel.
The field regrouped behind the safety car as Verdino got set.
Let's not forget, Verdino has his one and only race victory here, and he is definitely in the equations for a victory if things go his way. It's so tight, the top 4. This is getting really interesting and exciting.
The competition's just been incredible in this 944 category recently, as we see the safety car lights have gone out and is peeling away from the field. So Mark Verdino is getting into game mode now as the whole field backs up behind him. Verdino has control of the field. He's put the foot down. The green flags are waving. He's already got a gap. Look at Cameron Bella in number 55. You'll see as they fly past his camera shot, he was playing Morse code on the back bumper of the number 3 as they exited the final corner there. But Brewer's made a little bit of a gap. Let's see how they fan out as they run down the main straight. They're not as tightly close together as they were on the initial start. Adam Brewer is all over Mark Verdino. Verdino is very defensive, jumps on the anchors, and he gets the whole shot into turn 1.
I wonder how...
Verdino held strong, but a slide closed the gaps.
Down this short little, this back straight, this I guess short shoot if you will. They're on the brakes here, not a whole lot of moving getting done, but Verdino's
gone very
wide there. So that's brought that field all the way up again. It's a 4-car battle for the lead. Look who's there in 4th. It's none other than Chris Lewis-Williams. He's looking to capitalise.
Bella and Lewis-Williams were seeing their chances for points.
But look at Brewer. He's got the slipstream as they run past the stripe for the 2nd time in anger. Goes all the way to the outside. Verdino is going to try and park that car on the inside like a truck. Look at Brewer. He's just so sketchy under brakes there.
Big wiggle.
Lots of wiggling there, just not super stable. He gets it pulled up, but Verdino has the pace, he has the stability, and he's going to hold the lead through turn 1 as they cross the line. There's not much time left to go in this race, only 3 minutes and some GST, so this is a very, very short sprint. If they're going to get any passes done, they have to get them done as soon as they can, Joey.
Hey, let's talk about Peter Grant in 4th or 5th?
5th position. Great run from
Huge
the
for
number
him.
84.
Wow.
As they cross the line, let's take stock of where they're up to. So it is Verdino who leads, with Brewer behind for the time being. Peter Grant, fastest lap of the race with a 109.10. That's incredible pace. So Adam Brewer in the number 3 has a little bit of space behind him now, but he's not going to be wanting to count his lucky stars too much yet.
Just as things were looking good, Grant and Fox came together, battling for the top 5.
Bit of tyre squeal as everyone goes through.
Heard that.
There's a, I think someone actually may have spun around as we just see Calder Fox starting across the grass in the back of the shot there. And we're just looking at the window. We can see it is the number 84 of PJ Grant who just got a little bit beached. So he's going to plummet all the way to the back of the field. What a shame for PJ Grant.
Verdino, however, had cleared out, grabbing the fastest lap of the race.
He's really owning this race, let's say that. He's doing a great job.
He's got a couple of car lengths up his sleeve as he comes into turn 1 as well, so that's coming in very, very handy for him. Cameron Bella's smelling blood in the water.
He
He's
really is.
all over the back. You can see
he's had enough.
That front fascia panel on the number 3 is just missing. That's what's happened to it. It's gone. So that whole front end of the car is going to be just eating air, and that's going to be really cutting into his drag.
It's like driving a parachute.
100%. So he's probably going to be losing a bit of space down the straight there, but I think Bella's going to have a bit of different momentum. Different lines on the exit of the final corner there. Can Bella take that to his advantage and try to get a bit of a toe off the number 3 as they make the run down to the line?
Bella's going to want... As Brewer is pulling away down the straight. He's got so much straight line speed today, it seems.
But look at Mark Verdino. He's got even more. Another 108, this time a 446. So he's not in danger at the moment of being passed. A little bit of a lunge there. Cameron Bella had to make a bit of a move up the inside to just hold that place off from Chris Lewis-Williams.
Lewis-Williams and Bella still going at it, but a lock-up by the number 37 put paid to his chances.
Tear it down to the block and redo it. So to even have that car out on track is a miracle in itself. To have it this fast, battling for 3rd, even 2nd with Adam Brewer, is another miraculous event entirely.
I think Cameron Bella was just flashing his lights while he had 2 wheels on the grass out of the chicane there. Incredible multitasking.
If anyone knows that.
In the end, though, the number 44 was just too strong, and he cruised home for victory in race 1.
1 corner left to go. Can Cameron Bella get a run out of the final bend to make a move on Adam Brewer before the stripe? I don't think it's going to happen. They're certainly not going to touch Mark Verdino in the number 44, who's going to take the checkered flag and win race 1 here at Calder Park. Adam Brewer will cross the stripe in 2nd with Cameron Bella behind him in 3rd. Chris Lewis-Williams rounding out the field in 4th. Carter Fox, that's a great performance in 5th position. And that is the end of the race 1 of the Porsche 944s here.
So it's Mark Verdino who takes a commanding win. Adam Brewer home in 2nd, ahead of Cameron Bella, but both with battle-worn cars. 4-time champion Chris Lewis-Williams followed very closely behind to grab 4th. Carter Fox with an impressive 5th place, ahead of Nick Carpenter with his best ever finish in the category. Andrew Jackman also with a solid 7th place. Mark Torberts, Peter Grant and Richard Howe brought it home inside the top 10. Jamie Westaway, the only non-finisher, and Jack Atley failing to make the grid. On Sunday morning, the field rolled out, again in fine but slightly overcast conditions, with a dry track and a clear road ahead.
Let's run through the grid for race 2. Mark Verdino winning last time out yesterday. We'll start from pole position with Adam Brewer in 2nd position next to him after that tangle that he had with Jamie Westaway. Cameron Bella, who was a victim of that, having copped a front fascia panel to the windscreen, managed to bring it home in 3rd. He'll start in 3rd, and he trails the championship by 1 point to our leader, Chris Lewis-Williams, who starts right next to him in 4th position on the grid. Joey Kellick, it's great to have you alongside me. The field is lining up now.
It was again Verdino who led the charge, but Brewer stayed right with him.
Here we go, we're underway. Cameron Bella gets a great start off 3rd position, but it's pretty even off the front row in front of him. We'll see as they run down to the first corner there, side by side.
Howe made up 4 places.
in that freshly redone up number 3. He might try and find a bit of position here on the outside. He might have a nose in front, but Mark Verdino is going to have the line, so he'll take the whole shot into turn 1.
A cold tyre slide by Carpenter saw Jackman and Grant move in. Bella slotted into third, just ahead of Lewis Williams, but a nudge saw Brewer run wide.
Through turns 2 and 3, but Mark Verdino goes clear in the front. There's a little bit of contact there, and Adam Brewer has to go wide.
And moments later, things got too tight for the mid-pack. Carpenter, Grant and Jackman all wanting the place.
They're going to play on, but there's 3 wide behind there for a quick moment. Oh, there's some more contact there. That's the number 20 of Andrew Jackman being sent around by, I believe that was the number 84 of PJ Grant.
It's lunacy out there.
You might as well, they look like Porsche 944s, but you might as well call them price tags, folks, because they are all over the shop this morning. They're still going around, no safety car yet, so we're still underway. That is the number 7 of Carter Fox sitting in line astern behind PJ Grant there in the 84. Mark Torbert's in the number 74, I believe they're just trying, the number 71, I should say, trying to have a look up the inside there, but he's got smoke billowing out of the back of that car. Not sure if that's a tyre rubber, if there's a little bit of oil being burnt off, but he's still underway at the moment as we cross the stripe.
Lewis Williams with an early dive under Brewer.
It's going to be a great morning for racing, but as you said earlier, these changeable conditions are going to wreak havoc. And look at this. That's Chris Lewis Williams making his way up into third position past Adam Brewer. He does not want to let this championship lead go.
No, absolutely.
Bella was all over the back of Verdino.
Bella, he is all over Mark Verdino like a cheap suit.
But Brewer was fighting hard.
Adam Brewer!
Brewer is going for it. You can see here Bella closing right in on Verdino through this complex. It seems like Verdino has got a lot more straight line speed. This is a move here. No, just shows his nose.
Geez, Mark Verdino is feeling the pressure. That thing is sliding all over the shop at the moment.
Torbert's too fighting hard against Howe and Fox.
Geez, he's stuck up on the inside of me at times right now. He's a formidable opponent out there.
He certainly is.
And I think we'll definitely see him making a move on this before this race is out, if he can get a sniff.
Here's a move by Mark Torbert's on the inside of Richard Howe. These two veterans in the category. Mark Torbert's the club president, goes up the inside of the number 8. He just has to slot in behind there.
And despite trying to continue, Jackman's car eventually cried enough.
As we see Andrew Jackman, he's sent the car back out there again, but he's pulled into the pits one more time as Mark Torbert's pulls a real gap now on the number 8 of Richard Howe.
And the number 71 made it through on the veteran.
Now, Mark Verdino hasn't been able to shake Cameron Bella. That number 55 Cyan machine is all over the back of him. He might have a look on the inside now, but he can't get the move done. There hasn't been a whole lot of passing happening into turn 1, but there's so many opportunities around this tight and twisty back section of the track here. It's such a...
The battle continued at the front.
Oh, look at Mark Verdino.
Verdino is closing up that inside door. That is locked shut. Deadlocked.
He's making it very, very difficult.
He's gone a little wide though.
He has. He's just gotten a little bit wide, but he's pulled it in, kept it to the apex as that V-line roars past in the background.
Those really is. Verdino and I had a good chat just before the start of this race. I gave him a few tips, so if he wins this race, I'll be taking full credit for it.
That's completely understandable. I wouldn't expect anything less. He still hangs on at the moment. Cameron Bella just looks to get a little bit taily there as well at the end of the back straight. So
Brewer was still throwing everything at Lewis Williams.
it has seen some stories. Back in here, we've still got a battle for third position as well. Chris Lewis Williams is doing his best to hold off the number 3. I think he might have.
With 1 lap to go, a final outside lunge wasn't enough for Bella.
In the meantime, Cameron Bella trying to look around the outside. Once again, Mark Verdino is not leaving that inside right-hand side of the main straight. He's making it very, very difficult.
Well, a little taily on the exit there. Brewer still very, very, very close. There's chances for everybody in the remainder, what looks like to be the last lap, or maybe last lap. Right.
It is indeed the last lap this time around.
Or Brewer.
Adam Brewer around the outside on the back straight. Can he get a move done, or will Chris Lewis block? Nice and easy block there. Adam Brewer isn't able to get the line done there. He pulls it a little bit to the middle of that left-right flip-flop, so he has to tuck in behind Chris Lewis Williams.
Bella tried, but Verdino held strong.
Meanwhile, at the front of this race, as the checkered flag waves, it is going to be Mark Verdino, who crosses the stripe first, just ahead of Cameron Bella, and behind them, Chris Lewis-Williams holds on to just beat Adam Brewer off the line, and there's another battle behind them for fifth. It's going to be PJ Grunt, but look at Richard Howe. How has he ended up there? That's a big off for the number 8.
In the end, Verdino home by the smallest of margins. Lewis-Williams holding off Brewer. Grant just managing to stay in front of Fox. Likewise, Carpenter on Torbits. And Howe with a big last lap spin.
And as a result of those results, we see Richard Howe making his way back onto the racing surface. Doesn't look to be any damage, so no idea what's happened there. He looks to be right out the boonies. So we've seen a lot of cars. That's just after the flip-flop section. So we've seen quite a few off-track excursions just on the exit of the flip-flop there. So I'll have to go and have a chat to him and see what happened there. But
I hope he had his passport with him, because I'm sure he would have had to go through Border Patrol, because it looked like he was travelling to another continent.
So it's Mark Verdino who takes his second victory of the weekend, home ahead of Cameron Bella as he hunts the state championship, but still good championship points for Chris Lewis-Williams as he too gets another podium. Adam Brewer in a solid 4th place, a very hard-fought 5th spot for Peter Grant, home by just half a second over Carter Fox. Nick Carpenter with another good result in 7th, and again less than a second splitting him and Mark Torbits. Jack Atley managing to hold on for 9th, with King Richard Howe completing the top 10. Andy Jackman unfortunately classified as the only non-finisher. On Sunday afternoon, race 3, the final race of the weekend and of the 2024 Victorian State Racing Championships. And the weather remained fine and dry.
Race 3, the feature race for the Porsche 944 Challenge. It is the final race of their state championship. They've still got one club round left at Island Magic. We haven't had a driver in the history of this category who has won 5 championships. My name is Matt Dunlop. Joey Kellick is beside me. Joey, but where's your money?
I tell you, it's hard to really put my finger on it, but with Verdino and Bella on the front row, and 2 lunatics in Chris Lewis-Williams and Adam Brewer on the second row, we have got a seriously exciting and tight turn 1. My money's on Bella for the championship. And Verdino.
It was Verdino on pole. The front row of Verdino and Bella fast off the line.
And in just a few seconds' time, we're going to see how it pans out here as race 3 is about to get underway. The 5-second board is withdrawn. The red light is on. The revs are starting to build. We'll be underway very, very soon. The lights are out. It's a great start from Cameron Bella on the outside there, who just gets a little bit more traction than Mark Verdino.
But this time, Bella was on a mission, and he took the lead into turn 1.
2 great starts for the number 55 and the number 3. So Mark Verdino is going to have to slot in behind the number 55 of Cameron Bella.
The usual suspects of Brewer and Lewis-Williams close behind.
Bella, Verdino, Brewer, Chris Lewis-Williams is how the top 4 sits.
Looking good, safely through that first corner, and now coming through the complex over the hill there. Not many passing opportunities for this part here, but through the flip-flop and into the next complex, we'll see what happens.
An early slide by Brewer allowed Lewis-Williams to pounce.
We saw Adam Brewer go straight over the top of that exit curve there, had to take to the dirt. He's going to have a lot of a run here up the inside of Chris Lewis-Williams, which then becomes the outside for turn number 7. Just holds on to the slide there on the exit, catches it up, but he's lost a lot of time. He won't be happy with that on the first lap.
Yeah, you can't fit 2 through there. Really brave, and but look, 2 really experienced and really aggressive drivers. And
Fox also wanted a piece of the action as he found pace.
Look who's tacked onto the back of that train now. It's Carter Fox in the number 7. He's almost within shout of getting a slipstream off the back of the number 3. But behind them, we see this battle forming between the 2 red machines.
Carpenter, Grant and Torbits were also locked in an early battle.
With Mark Torbits, El Presidente tacked right on the back there, trying to make as many moves as he possibly can in that gorgeously presented Apple-themed machine there. The 71. With the golden wheels there, just get right underneath that P-plated 84 machine of Peter Grant, and is going to do his best to find a slipstream. We'll see. This will be a great demonstration of just how the effective the slipstream is going to be with these wind conditions.
Atlee too, not far off the tail.
And you can see the gap there has been pretty much rock solid. He hasn't really been able to stick to the back of him.
No, look, Torbs has had a bit of straight line power or speed issues. And yeah, you can see there, just not able to stick right on the back where he probably should have been able to with that headwind.
Carpenter stayed ahead of the 4-car pack.
Proof there, he's just a little under power. But yeah, he's doing great to stay where he is at night.
He certainly is. Nicholas Carpenter now having to fend off the 84 of Peter Grant, who cops a little bit of inside curb through the flip-flop.
The hot pace putting Howe under pressure.
Seeing Carpenter and Grant here. Is that Grant's Carpenter's positions? Really great positions there. What's that?
7th and
8th. That's fantastic.
As Grant took advantage of the slipstream.
Looks like Grant's going to make a move on him here to turn 1 though.
He certainly is. Great pace on the slipstream there as they go side by side into turn 1. On the anchors, PJ Grant gets the move done through the very, very bumpy turn 1 there. But as long as you stick it to the inside, the bumps don't seem to affect you too much until you get to that big exit one.
Yeah.
So that might be a little bit of a thing to be wary of if you're trying to put the power down on the exit of that corner, not getting the car too unsettled, making sure it's pointing in the straight, narrow direction.
Dickie Howes, number 8, saw issues.
Yeah. Oh no, have we got a problem with Dickie
We
here?
do!
Oh no, he was absolutely killing it. Oh look, we can see there he's dragging his exhaust. I'm surprised he's not staying in it, to be honest. Thought it'd take a lot more than that to take Dickie Howe out. But yeah, that's a real bummer because he was absolutely flying.
What a shame for the number 8. You can see it just very slowly trudging around in the background there as the race resumes between Nicholas Carpenter and Mark Torberts. Couple of slightly different lines there through 9 and 10 as Torberts tries to get onto the back of him once again. For the number 71 there of Torberts, because he's down on that straight line speed, as you mentioned, momentum through the exit of turns 9 and 10 is crucial for him to be able to carry as much speed as he possibly could. And now he's having a go with the slipstream. Look at this. He's got a little bit more pace up his sleeve now. He will pull to the inside. That's a great angle looking at turn 1 there, under the brakes there. Will get the move done and just parks it nice and simply on the inside there. Great move.
He's executed that absolutely perfectly.
Back at the front, things were looking good for Bella.
Despite his clear and obvious dominance, he actually hasn't won a championship in 3 years. So it's this is huge for him. I don't want to jinx him with 6 minutes left, but yeah, really fantastic because we've obviously had Lewis Williams and Westaway win championships since Bella's last.
That's exactly right. He hasn't won a championship since pre-COVID. So it's been quite a while. Now we see this battle is resuming with Peter Grant and Jack Atlee. So Peter Grant must have dropped back quite a bit there because he was all over the back of the battle for 7th position there with Nicholas Carpenter. And now he's fallen into the clutches of Atlee. And this is the battle for what is now 8th position. So Atlee in the number 35, they had issues with I think it was the starting, trying to get that car started. So that one wasn't able to make it out on track in race 1 yesterday, but it's out on track now and is now trying to fend off the number 84 who's trying to get around the outside. They're going to be side by side through 6, and then that's going to be a move done for PJ Grant up the inside through 7 and then 8. So great manoeuvre there, but Atlee doesn't want to let this one go just yet.
Atlee, after realising that all the troubles and the limited amount of track time that he has had this weekend, decided that earlier today he'd just use it as a bit of a test, sort of a weekend from this point, get reacquainted because he's been out of a car for so long, 18 months or something, and yeah, he's just really, really enjoying getting out there and getting reacquainted, and we'll see him back in the top 10 soon, hopefully.
Meanwhile, back up the front will readjust a little bit and ran it a little bit wide through turn 7, so he's lost a bit of his momentum there, but he's kept it together and they just brought the gap down a little bit. You can probably see how that translates as they cross the stripe.
I wonder if Brewer's got a run on him here. It looks...
He's halved the gap since this time last lap. He's down to 4/10 now.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a slipstream, but he's ducking and weaving all over the place. I think he just wants to fill both of those mirrors on the number 37.
In the podium battle, lockups for both Brewer and Lewis Williams put paid to that fight.
Oh,
First
big
and
lock-up.
second.
Oh, from both of them.
The pressure's on for both of these drivers here. Chris Lewis Williams runs it way out wide and he's given that place to Adam Brewer. Does he have an issue?
I think he's got an issue here.
Grant's machine also cried enough for the weekend.
I don't think it will. We've got PJ Grant coming in the pit lane, unfortunately. It looks like his day is done.
Bella, however, was in total control.
Here we go, Bella at the front. Just we've got last lap now, do we? Or time is up, so we've got last +1 or...
Not certain yet. The time only just elapsed, so we'll keep an eye on that one as they come around the last few corners of this lap in particular. But at the moment, Cameron Bell is still looking pretty much unchallenged at the front of this race. Mark Medino's still there. He's still sitting tight in the very, very slight chance that Cameron Bell might make a mistake, but he has been rock solid every single time he's jumped behind the wheel of that number 55 machine. And you can see it's got the battle scars to prove it. He doesn't mind getting his elbows out when he needs to, either does Cameron Bella. So as he comes down, this will be the last lap that they start now. One more lap to go in the Victorian the Victorian Porsche 944 Challenge here. Formula Porsche, if you will.
The 2024 state champion-elect enjoying his final tour.
But what a season it's been for Cameron Bella so far. He's been rock solid. He's only finished off the podium twice in this whole state championship.
Yeah, it's incredible, and it's really worth noting. Yeah, look, Cameron and Andy Bella, they take care of six people's cars sometimes. They are always putting themselves last. He's had an underpowered car for a long, long time. It's just testimony to how good he is as a driver as he rounds the last corner to come onto the straight.
Bella home for the championship in commanding fashion.
Lights ablaze and flashing, absolutely fantastic and amazing. Couldn't be prouder. Medino second to take the round win. Absolutely fantastic stuff for him.
Brewer and Lewis Williams fighting for the final podium spot, but the former champion Bella could now celebrate being back on top.
Absolutely amazing.
Fantastic performance. It's his first time, as you said, on the top of the championship standings since COVID. It's been a long time coming for Cameron Bella, and he's back in business. Massive congratulations to Cameron Bella and the whole Bella Motorsport team.
They're so generous with their time. They're so generous with their resources. They share data. They are completely open books with everything. Like, just really amazing. They're just a fantastic group, fantastic family, and incredible at what they do.
Can't thank our sponsors enough, Trico and Triple Eight Home Loans, who have been with us for the whole last two rounds, especially Trico's here supporting everyone in the State Circuit Racing Series. But this round as well, brought to us for the 944 perspective at least by Butcher's Diner, and we can't thank the rest of their sponsors enough. Porsche Cars Australia, Campione Electrics, EJM Advice, Stratton Finance Hobart, AVI Technology, LK Diesel Service, Don Watson Transport, and Pit Lane Clothing, which we'll see.
So after a tough, close and hard-fought weekend of racing, in the end it's Cameron Bella who takes a remarkable victory. Home ahead of multiple race and overall round winner Mark Verdino, Adam Brewer with a never say die third place by just 1 second over Chris Lewis Williams, Carter Fox with a top 5 result and a strong weekend for him, Mark Torbert's now showing form in his new car to come home in 6th, Nick Carpenter again with a solid 7th place, Jack Atley with his best result of the season, home in 8th place. Peter Grant and Richard Howe with mechanical issues saw them complete the top 10. So, looking at the points tallies after round 6. As the 944 Challenge Series competes nationally, as well as locally in Australian states, there are 2 sets of championship points awarded to drivers. And firstly, looking at the Victorian State Series, with his victory in the final race of the year, it's Cameron Bella, who now becomes the Porsche 944 Challenge Series Victorian State Race Series champion for 2024. Over Chris Lewis Williams, Adam Brewer rounds out the final podium in that championship. Mark Verdino and Mark Torberts make up the top 5. Michael Westerway rounds out the top 10. Tony Andrzejewski just outside that. Peter Grant moves up 4 places after Calder to 13th. Andrew Goldman and Joey Kellett tied on 78 points. Andrew Jackman and Jack Atley complete the top 20. Whilst Jared Campione, Andy Tudor, Manny Mezzaselma, Jimmy Mitchell and Sam Rofe complete that table for 2024, Rofe with limited running. Congratulations, Cameron. Whilst in the overall 944 Challenge Series, with still 1 round to go, it's Cameron Bella again who remains at the top of the table, and with a solid lead. However, it could not be any closer under that, with Adam Brewer in second by just 1 point over Chris Lewis Williams, who currently sits in 3rd place. However, he too is just 1 point clear of Mark Verdino. Mark Torberts again top 5. Michael Westerway also again top 10. Carter Fox jumped up 5 places after Calder to sit 12th, equal on points now with Peter Grant. Johnny Venoris will be hoping for a good final race at Phillip Island mid-pack, and Andrew Jackman, finding form, sits 20th. Manny Mesoselma and Jack Atley also now equal on 64 points. And again, it's Sam Rofe who rounds out that table currently. If it's close, hard and fast racing in stunning Porsche machinery on some of Australia's best racetracks that you're after, head over to our website www.944challenge.com and check out all the information. The 944 Challenge Series will be back, bigger and better, for the final round 7 at the world famous Phillip Island Grand Prix circuit as part of the Island Magic event on the 22nd of November. We look forward to seeing you there. In conjunction with Blendline TV, this has been a production by Pit Lane Media.